What's up guys, as promised, I'm going to break down exactly what happened to our drone, how we lost it on the big island of Hawaii, and most importantly, how DJI actually handled it. And make sure you stick around because I'm going to show you how to retrieve your footage even if you lost your drone and never recovered it. It's all coming up right now. And we're back. To all our subscribers out there, chee-hoo from Hawaii. And to all our new people who are just stopping by, we'd like to welcome you. We are a travel channel where we provide insightful and informative information, tips on where to go, what to do, what to see, how much it costs, how to get there, and all that. So if you're new to the channel and this is your thing, be sure to subscribe because we have content coming out every week. Now, without further ado, let's get into this drone situation. So here's exactly what happened to the drone. When we got to the beach, I actually launched the drone at the very beginning of the stretch of the beach. I then sent the drone out over the ocean about 40 yards from where we were. I then put the drone into profile mode. So profile mode is basically we are walking along the beach and the drone is parallel to us and it just follows us as we go. I noticed the drone was acting kind of funny. When I moved it, it was kind of doing this type of glitchy motion. I didn't really understand why. After a while, I wanted to put it in trace mode. What was supposed to happen was the drone was supposed to follow us from behind. That was the next shot I wanted to do. So what I did was I stopped walking. I looked down at the controller. I then went into the app and then I took it out of profile mode and put it in trace mode. The moment I did that, once it was in trace mode, I noticed the controller said disconnected. My phone went blank and the controller said disconnected. I was like, what is that? Immediately I looked up to where the drone was initially. When I looked up, the drone was no longer there. And as you can see in the footage, first I looked up and then I looked back. The reason I looked back was because I'm thinking, okay, maybe I had a flyaway drone and maybe it's gonna go back for some reason to where I launched it in the beginning of the beach, which wasn't too far away from where we were anyway. It was maybe, I don't know, maybe about 100 yards from initially where I launched it. So I automatically looked back. I didn't see it. Now, if it wasn't for a couple that were behind us, up to this day, I would never know what happened to the drone. In my mind, it would have just vanished out of nowhere. And I would have thought maybe it just flew away. They noticed the drone and what happened to it. So as I'm looking around, they realized obviously something went wrong. They were like, hey, you looking for your drone? And I'm like, yeah, I can't see it. I don't know where it is. He said, we just saw it hover above the water and then it just slowly went down, kind of like in landing mode, and a wave just came from behind and took it. I was like, what? How is that even possible? He's like, yeah, we saw it. And I'm like, okay. So immediately I went to where I last saw the drone and I started looking on shore to see if we saw the drone possibly wash up. But the waves are so strong there, and not only that, it's a lot of rocks, so more than likely the drone just got pulled in because of the, the rip tide. So the day I've always been dreaded actually came to fruition today. We are kind of like in recovery mode here. Hopefully it got washed up because like I said, it wasn't too far at all. So hopefully it gets washed up on the beach. We're gonna take a walk down, continuing with our hike. And on our way back, hopefully I see it laid up on the rocks or something. Maybe I'll be at least be able to get the footage because we have been taking so much amazing footage with the drone while we've been here on the Big Island. But as I said, recovery mode now, and let's see, fingers crossed, hope for the best. And this is how $2,000 just got washed into the ocean. I figured it was lost, so we actually hung around for about another half an hour, 40 minutes to see if maybe it would have washed up on shore. And sure enough, it didn't, and it was lost. So again, if it wasn't for those two people, which I thank so very much, gave me closure, I ruled out pilot error. It wasn't my fault. I just switched the modes. So based on where we were, I couldn't get in contact with DJI. I didn't have any type of reception that well. So I waited till we got back to our Airbnb on the Big Island, and I reached out to DJI. What they basically did, they took my information and they said that we're going to send you an email, and you basically kind of it's kind of a report, and you just fill it out and send it back to us. So again, reception was really sketchy on the Big Island where we were. So I actually waited till I got back to Oahu where we live, and then I actually filled out the form and then I submitted it. Once I submitted it, I received a call from DJI, and they told me that they did receive my form and that they were actually processing it. And I also received an email confirmation from them saying that they were processing it. They then sent a following email where they gave me a link to how to download all the information in the file that they needed to see, basically the flight data and all the information of the longitude and latitude, so they could figure out exactly what happened. I sent them that information. Another 4 or 5 days passed. They shot me another email and they said that they did look over the record and they will be issuing me a new drone. Now that is super awesome. So whatever it was on the flight data information that I did send them, they actually reviewed it and they saw that it wasn't my fault, and the drone just acted sporadically, and I guess something technical happened and the drone kind of just reacted on its own. After retrieving the video clips and all the flight data, I saw the actual footage of how the drone went down into the ocean. Oh, that was so painful to watch. You could understand that. I would like to give a super chee-hoo to DJI for handling this situation, and not only handling it in a really professional manner, but also in the time that they did. Now, I did have a situation where they said they were going to send out the drone and something happened. They didn't have drones or whatever it was, so it took a little bit longer. So because of the fact that it took longer than they said they were going to send the drone, they actually gave me, I think it was a 15% off the DJI site for me to purchase anything I wanted. So that was cool because the drone didn't come in when they said it was going to. Between that time, we actually went to Maui where I had to purchase a new drone just to get the footage, and then I actually returned that drone. But by the time I got back from Maui, the drone was already at my home, which was awesome, and it was waiting for me and I was so psyched about it. And the way they gave me the drone, they didn't give me the full package. So initially I bought the Fly More package, the Pro bundle that came with the extra joysticks and extra propellers and the case and everything else. So basically the way they reimbursed the drone, all that came in the package was the drone itself, 4 propellers, and that's it. No controller, no bag, no extra joystick, no extra accessories, no plugs, no cables, no nothing. That was it. So it's basically the drone, the battery that goes with that one drone. So you do get the drone, the one battery, and you get the 4 props. That was it. That's all I needed because obviously I had the controller and I had 2 extra spare batteries. So that, that's pretty awesome. I got exactly what it was that I needed. Now, I'm going to show you how to retrieve your footage. If you lose your drone and you can't recover it, how you can get the footage back, because sometimes we are out there and we're taking amazing video, amazing footage with our drone, and you lose it for whatever reason or crash it in a place where you can't access it, and you think all that information is lost. But it's not. Well, not completely. You will not get your full 4K footage. You will probably get a 1080p. It's better than nothing, so it's not a full loss. So I'm going to show you how to recover that right now, so let's go. Okay, what we're going to do is go into the DJI 4 app. We're going to launch that. We're going to go into Me, then we're going to go into Flight Records, and then we're going to hit this cloud symbol up top, which is going to sync everything. And here it says sync your flight records, 1 month, 6 months, all. We'll just do 1 month and we'll click start synchronization. And as you can see, it started, it's at 2%, and it'll go all the way up to 100, and then it will be completed. Should take a little bit, so I'm going to come back when it's all done, and we'll continue from there. The time of the synchronization depends on the amount of footage you have taken with the drone, and as you can see, it's at 80% now, and there you go. The synchronization is complete, and that's it. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go into the computer where we're going to pull the files out. Okay guys, so now we're at the computer and we're going to retrieve our lost files. So what we need to do is, first of all, we need to make sure our phone is connected to our computer. We're going to launch iTunes. Once we're in iTunes, we're going to go to Account, we're going to go to Authorization, and we're going to authorize this computer. And now we're going to, Apple's going to ask us for our Apple ID, and we click Authorize. It takes a moment and then you're authorized. It gives you this dialog box and you click OK. From there you click on your phone up here icon and it brings you to this screen where you see the specs on your phone. What you need to do then is go to file sharing. Once you're in file sharing, you'll notice DJI Go 4 app. So then you click on that and then here it'll give you a list of all the files that are within the app. So if you did lose your drone and DJI were to ask you for your flight records, this is where you would get it. You would export your flight logs. They ask for your flight logs. They ask for the flight record and they ask for the video cache. Now in video cache is where you find all your files that you lost when you didn't recover your drone. So this, all we would have to do then is drag it onto our desktop. And as you see, it's on the desktop now. And here is the progress bar. You have to wait for that to be completed because it's pulling all the information. As you can see, the file size here is 2.27 gigs. Obviously, yours would be different, but you would notice in all these folders, this is the biggest file size. That's because obviously it has all the video clips. So you know this will be the folder with the video clips that you need to extract. So we're just going to wait until the progress bar completes and then we'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back, and as you notice, the progress bar has been completed. The video cache folders on my desktop. I'm just going to go into that right now. And here you see these are all the MP4s of the files that were recorded, and this is how you're able to recover all the files from your drone if you lost it. It's as easy as that. This is also available for Windows computers, so this is obviously a Mac. If you need to retrieve your file using Windows, I can give you the description. Just kind of shoot me a message and I can send you the directions on how to do it for Windows. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video to the end. We do appreciate you and we appreciate the time you spent with us. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Most importantly, hit that bell notification so you see when the next video will come out. Leave a comment below. Let us know, did this help you? Has this ever happened to you before? If you have any additional questions, we will be able to answer them. So as usual, just be out with us.